Hey, what's going on? I will get straight to it. So here is a easy tip that smart plumbing companies are using to get calls from the city that they desire. I had a client and he had a number of issues going on with the company. But one of the issues was they were not getting calls from the city that they want. There's an affluent city that they work out of. They're getting calls around the surrounding cities and some of them not so desirable. And when I say not desirable, I'm not talking like just because it's low income or something. I'm talking about there's some surrounding cities that have a pretty good medium income. It's just the demographic there is used to like negotiating and bargaining, and that's not how this thing works at plumbing companies. That's not how it really works here. And so they don't want to go in those cities because they don't want to deal with a headache. And then also there's some cities that are low income, but point being is they don't want the cities that people are trying to bargain. They don't want the low income cities. They want the affluent city that they work out of, but they were not getting those calls at all. So I took a look at the site and I immediately saw the problem. I fixed it. And within 30 days, they were getting calls from that city. So what was the problem? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to give you a random example to drive home my point. By the way, my name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing company where we help plumbers make a lot of money by marketing. Any which way. So here's the problem. Google, if you're trying to get calls from a specific city, Google needs to know who you are and what city you serve. And you do that by telling them in the page title and in the header. So a page title, see up here, this little where my little mouse is up here on this tab. If I hover over it, the title says Rangers Single Game Tickets, Texas Rangers. Okay, this is the title, the page title, Rangers Single Game Tickets. The header, this is the copy or the writing you see as soon as you land on the page. You don't have to scroll anywhere. It's usually right somewhere in the middle next to a photo, and it's big. So in this header, it says Single Game Tickets on sale. So the page title, Rangers Single Game Tickets. I go here, it's Texas Rangers Single Game Tickets. If I Google Texas Rangers Single Game Tickets, guess what's going to come up? This, because they've optimized the page. I'm sure they have more going on, but they have what they do in the two primary spots, which is the page title right here, and then in the page header. So now let's talk about what this means for plumbers. All right, so I'm going to type in plumber near me. I live in Keller. So what will happen is let's go to the Google business profiles and see which ones come up. So this one, let's look at their website right here. All right, so let's look at the page title here. Fort Worth, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas plumber. My city is really close to Fort Worth. It's probably why they came up. But again, you look at this. Fort Worth, Texas. So they're telling Google. If you look at this little title up here where I'm scrolling, see my mouse up here, it'll come up. Fort Worth, Texas plumber. They're very clear with who they are. Google sees that. And they also put it right here in the headline. Serving Fort Worth, Texas plumbing. Serving Fort Worth, Texas. Look at the next company. I know these guys. I'm sure they got it right. All right. You go here, you hover. I mean, you can see it right there. Plumbers in Keller. What's this right here? They should move that. Yeah, definitely need to move that. But plumbers in Keller. So again, they're telling you exactly who they are in the page title and in the heading. So that company that I was working with, when I went to their page, they were not telling us exactly who they were, and it didn't have the city that they wanted to service in there. In fact, it had a city that wasn't that desirable in their page title and then also somewhere in their header. So of course they were going to get calls. So if you are not getting calls from the city you want, go to your website, look at the page title. Does it say that you're a plumber in that city? And does your headline say that you're a plumber in that city? If it doesn't, then that could be a problem. Now, let me show you what not to do. One is not having who you are and the city in the page title and the header. That's obviously what not to do, right? But what happens is there's some companies who service several different cities, and they try to put them all in the header and the page title. Give me 1 second. I'll show you an example. Okay, so this page is a bit rough for a few reasons. Side note, if your site says it's not secure, that's a problem. You want to make sure your site's always secure. If you're working with any kind of reputable marketing agency or any kind of reputable service, they would help you with this. So make sure your site's secure, guys. But back to the point of this video, check this out. So here's the problem with this one. They say they serve Southlake, Keller, Grapevine, and Fort Worth. That's what they're saying. There's no header here at all. It's like you're stuffing the service areas in there. If you service 5 or 6 different cities, then essentially to Google, you serve none. They need to just pick a city. So let's say Poise Plumbing or Plumbers in South Lake, put that there, and then somewhere Poise Plumbing in South Lake. This is not a very good site for a lot of reasons. Sorry, guys. I hate to rip on you. I don't know you, but got some problems with this site here. But again, if you go to your tab and you have a bunch of cities stuffed in there, and essentially you serve no city, pick one city, put it here, and then put it somewhere. It should say, like, for example, if I was these guys, I'd say Poise Plumbing in South Lake. Have it in your page title, have that city that you want to service, the primary city you want to service in your page title, then have the secondary, and then also have it right here. You know, your plumbing service plus that city. Have it in the page title, have it in the page headline. If you do that, your chances of getting calls from that specific city will skyrocket. So I make these videos because I work with a lot of plumbers, and the entrepreneurs who have plumbing companies or the marketers who have plumbing companies run laps around the plumbers who have plumbing companies. There's a big difference there. You know, you have to be a plumber to run a plumbing company. Yeah, we all get that. But there's some plumbers I know who think like entrepreneurs, who think like marketers, and those guys, those businesses are, over the last 10 years that I've been doing this, those businesses are the ones that really, really succeed. And my goal is to help more plumbers think like entrepreneurs and think like marketers. And you don't even have to be a marketer. You just have to have a respect for it and an understanding for it, so that some company doesn't come and take advantage of you. And also that you're able to put in some ideas that will help you run laps around your competition. If this video helps, watch the next video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.